Hello? Are we back?
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, let's go.
Let's get started.
That's it. Yeah, let's just go.
Okay. We're
Get me
still
out
on
of here.
episode
Click
1,
load.
right?
No, click load at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
No, I think we should restart the entire thing again.
You know what? Yeah, I wasn't so sure about that first session. We gotta go back.
I don't remember any of the characters I voiced.
That's fine. I don't think you ever did any voices, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You freaking suck, man.
No, I meant like I don't even know who I freaking read the lines for.
Oh. Okay.
Was this old lady you or me? Wait,
I don't even know
no,
who's
this
talking
wait,
right now.
I don't know who's talking. I'll read it.
You're left, I'm right. Oh yeah, this is your narration.
Oh, well, even if she's pretty flaky when it comes to work, I could never dislike her. I guess that's probably because of her cheerfulness and her constant smile.
Oh yeah,
This was you, I think.
hey, glad to see you're still in fine spirits. How's your back doing then? Oh, she's female southern. Even with the medicine, it's not getting one whit better. According to the doctor, nothing can be done for this one. It's what you might call an incurable disease.
That's not something you laugh about. I have cancer. Anyway, Jessica Chan just keeps getting prettier. Good thing she takes after Natsushini-san.
Yeah, not sushi.
Nah, was this you or me?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Really?
I don't think that's the voice that person.
No? You think you can do better?
Nah,
you try. You gotta try. It's your turn.
It's the same person, though.
Yeah, no, it's your turn to try since you think you do so much better.
I didn't say it. Okay. Personally, I don't think we look alike at all. I mean, I don't even want to be like my parents. Because I got zero respect for them.
Now, you shouldn't say such things. What's this guy?
I think it's the same person as this one.
No, it's the woman. Take a look at my. Let me think. I'm trying to channel something.
Take a look. It's in a book. Reading Rainbow.
Let me think. You may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. Now, you shouldn't say such things, though there are quite a few people who don't want to be like their parents in our family. That's nothing.
Oh, this was me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me. Oh, crap. That's my desktop. You sure as hell better not take after me, yeah. Your nose looking like mine already pisses me off.
What are you talking about? Wait, who's... Yeah, that's her face
it's
moved.
her, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
What are you talking about?
the real question is, how long do you think we can get into these sessions before we start drinking?
That's a great question. We've got a long way to go. Well, not for that. We've got a very short way for that. But we've got a very long way to go until we may consider not doing that. You're surprising alike, you and father. I think I read every single word in a different accent.
Come on, you can't be serious. Just how am I like Dad?
You're a lot like him, especially in how arrogant and prideful you are. Father's blood is especially strong in you and Nissan. What did you say, Rosa?
Oh, absolutely. This is me or you? This is
you.
me.
You took
Oh,
it.
absolutely.
Yours.
Cross Nissan and Rudolph Nissan are almost unbelievably like Dad. Oh, alright, already. Why am I the only one under fire from the girls? Hideyoshi Nissan, give me a hand, please.
My, Rudolph-kun. You're always so popular with the ladies. I'm jealous. Ooh, that's his laugh.
That's his laugh.
Ho, ho, ho. As usual, you're popular enough to make me jealous. Well then, everyone, shall we head over to the boat? Come now, Maria-san. Let's get on the boat together, okay?
Get on the boat together. Everyone gets on together.
Dude,
This kid has Down
this being
syndrome.
so high-pitched that your mic doesn't even pick it up through Discord.
This kid has Down syndrome, I swear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look at that face. You're telling me that.
You're saying that, and then are you looking at who's next to her?
That face is the face of someone with Down syndrome.
Alright.
Hell yeah, this time around I'm not gonna be scared. I'm used to being shaken by the waves. With that piece of junk fishing boat, I'm less afraid of the shaking than the engine breaking down. And the boat drifting off.
Hey, George here. Oh yes, Battler-kun, I forgot to tell you. That fishing boat was completely worn out. It was taken out of commission a few years back. Now we get taken to the island in a different boat.
Oh, right. Oh, I forgot what, Oh.
Woman.
Oh, right. It's Battler's first time in the new boat. It's super comfy. I don't know how to do different women. They all sound the same. And freaking fast. It can go at crazy high speeds. Oh, that means less travel time, right? That sounds great.
That's Battler.
Oh, sorry, my bad. You can reread it. That's Battler, that's you.
No,
Oh wait, it's
that's
me.
you.
No, I fucking don't know their names. Oh, that means less travel time, right? That sounds great. Having to worry about sinking is less scary than being on a plane. But it'd still be awesome to get it over with as soon as quick as possible.
Do we need to go over the characters real quick? Do we need to right click?
They're going to fall again. That's only on airplanes. Everything's fine now. Anyway, it's the captain's pride and joy kind of modded high-speed boat. Seems he got it pretty souped up. He was bragging about how he attached 4 base high-efficiency propellers to make it break 40 knots or something like that. I think the thing passed California emissions. He talks about it all the time, so I've sort of memorized the spiel.
Yeah, I've got it memorized too, since we hear it every year. The captain says he's been obsessed with modding ever since he lost a speed contest with a foreign boat ages ago. According to him, that opponent managed to break 30 knots with just a fishing boat.
Honda Civic. And his thirst for revenge. Wait, is this me or you?
That's her face nodded.
Okay.
So that's her.
And his first for revenge match got him to build an awesome all-new super high-speed modded boat. I'm sure you'll love it, Battler. Super high-speed modded boat? My first thought was that this would be much better than some beat-up boat that might sink at any moment. For some reason I get this feeling of foreboding. Probably just overthinking it.
Yeah, nothing to worry about. There's nothing foreboding about any of these opening chapters.
Well, no one dies in this series, right? Ever.
No,
Okay.
that's why it's so long.
Okay.
It's a murder mystery where no one ever dies.
Well, they die of old age. That's the actual twist at the end.
It's the mystery. What year will they die? How many hours into the novel will they die of old age?
Hey, Battler, maybe you should just swim to the island.
Hey, George here. Battler Coon, you shouldn't lean over the railing too much.
You almost sound like you're trying to do like a Solid Snake impression.
I don't think that's true. You might fall.
Woo! Fall! I don't know who's speaking right now.
That's Battler.
Damn
Since he's not
it!
speaking.
So this is why you're all grinning back there.
I like that. That's good Battler.
So this is the super high-speed boat that the captain started modding. Oh yes, that piece of junk fishing boat from 6 years ago doesn't hold a candle to this guy. Whoa, it's shaking, it's shaking, it's shaking. Oh yeah, this is the thing is the little girl, never mind.
No, this is Battler. No, that's Battler. No, that's the girl. Okay.
Gonna fall. No, I know it's the little girl because she talks like she has Down syndrome.
No, she's repeating what he was saying.
If I fall, I'll land in the ocean and drown. Where's the parachute? I mean, where's the buoy? Give me a life jacket. Wow.
Battler, what the heck are you doing that for? Rosa, the girl you're voicing, not the blonde one, the brown hair one.
The one with Down syndrome or without Down syndrome?
Or it might be George. Jessica Chan, Maria Chan, it's not nice to tease. Battler Coon, if you're scared, then just don't come out on the deck. I think you'll be able to calm down a bit if you go inside the boat.
That's a no thank you, Anarchy. Shipwreck victims are always the ones inside the boat. The survivors are usually those on the deck during the accident. So I'm staying right here. But it's shaking. I'm gonna fall! Whoa! Shake, gonna fall! Woo!
It's Rosa. Brown hair.
Brown hair.
Right click system, and you can look at the characters. You remember all these characters. It's a big cast.
I remember, I don't know their names. I know of them.
I know of them.
I don't think you understand. There's this anime called Haikyuu. It's a volleyball anime. I've watched it 4 times over. I still don't know any of the names of the characters in that shit.
Look, I struggle with this in real life, so honestly I have no advice.
Is this Rosa?
Get better.
Is that who I'm voicing right now?
Yeah, that's what the big name that pops up says.
Yeah, but like, is that...
Yeah, that's who's talking.
Maria, I told you to behave yourself. But Battler Coon, looks like you really can't handle it. I'll go tell the captain to slow down for you. Whoa, Aunt Rosa, thank you! That wasn't... Well, was it Rosa? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was.
I can tell you that it's safe. I can tell you now that safe, slow driving is definitely the way to go, even on the sea. Hee! Don't do that, Rosa. Trials and tribulations are important for a young man. Oh, I'm apparently a
that's
different
Rudolph.
person speaking.
Yeah. That's definitely Rudolph.
Isn't that right, Battler Coon? You better be able to overcome a little scare like this. Otherwise, you'll never be able to go to Egypt with your aunt.
Or that's Ava.
Oh. Whoa, Annie, you're so mean. Uno, I'm gonna fall. Life jacket, parachute. Whoa! Wait, gotta spin it around and think that way. What's the enemy aiming for? Is he doing this to scare me? If that's what he's aiming for, too bad. Like, hell, I'll be scared. Who's the enemy?
It's the enemy.
The enemy is Satan, children. Okay?
It's well known.
The devil is spiritually attacking you at every minute of the day. But no, I'm gonna fall. So after I made a huge fool of myself for a while, Aunt Rosa had a talk with the boat captain. He slowed down to a more manageable speed for me. Ha. That's a bit better. Thought I was gonna die earlier. Apparently the max speed I can tolerate is extremely slow. But that just now was completely insane. The whole boat was shaking, sliding and leaping on the ocean surface. It felt like I was riding on the back of a flying fish. Jessica was still guffawing at me as I leaned against the railing, tired and disheartened. I lost in that strength contest earlier, but I'm glad to know. Oh wait, that was a woman.
Yeah,
Glad to know I'm nowhere it's off where it really counts. But seriously, damn it, go ahead and laugh. One of these days I'm gonna find your weakness and get back at you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, sure. Good luck with that. Wow. Battler all week. Yeah, battler all week. I want to die on land, not in the ocean or the sky. Maria was patting my back, so I patted her head in return. Her expression was blank as usual, but I realized that she wanted to console me.
Battler Coon, the captain's throwing in drinks to make up for this. I'm George. Would you like one to calm yourself down?
George, Aniki, and Kuma Samuwa Bachan brought us all ice-cold cans of soft drinks covered with beads of water. Judging from Kuma Samuwa-san's big grin, our parents inside the boat were probably all rolling around laughing at my moment of pure terror. Damn it, I'm so embarrassed I can't bear to face any of them. If I didn't change the subject somehow, I had the feeling I'd be the butt of everyone's jokes for the whole trip, so I tried to think of something harmless to talk about. Hey Jessica, how are Uncle Kraus and Aunt Natsuhi doing? I didn't call it sushi this time, you proud of me? My old man and Mom? Unfortunately, they're fine. But every other word out of their mouth is study, which pisses me off. I'm so jealous since it doesn't look like Uncle Hideyoshi or Uncle Rudolph would say stuff like that.
Oh no. Before I had my exams, my parents kept pressing me about it over and over. I thought it was annoying then, but now I'm grateful.
Ha, I knew it. You really are awesome, Aniki. Anyway, I have to get to look after myself. No one tells me what to do. Well, it's not like I'd listen if they did.
Battler-san, have you still not returned to your parents' home?
Well, I kind of go back now and then. I've got lots of clothes and stuff left at the house I was living in until recently. Huh? Rather has 2 houses? Huh? Something like that. Why? Why do you have 2 houses? Only Maria, who couldn't really grasp the situation, voiced this naive question. However, they just shot me at nervous glances at me, choosing not to respond even though they knew the answer. Maria! Look, you can see the harbor now! Look over there! Can you see it? Who? Saw the harbor! Apparently Jessica was trying to be nice by changing the subject. Ah well. I'd rather not talk about it if I can help it, but it's uncomfortable to have it treated like some kind of weird taboo. I don't mind it that much myself anymore. I may be a member of the Usharamiya family, but the truth is that for these last 6 years I've been living with my grandparents on my late mother's side, and I've been even using her family name. When those grandparents passed away one after the other, I basically had no choice but to go back and live with the old bastard. Don't get me wrong, I didn't just run away from home or anything like that. The only one at fault here is my dad. I don't really blame Kiryu-san. Being able to hold that old bastard's rein and ride him out is no mean feat. Still, the way that old bastard betrayed my mom. Well, unfortunately, I still haven't fully gotten over that.
Ahem. We'll be getting there soon.
George Anarchy cleared his throat, trying to change the subject.
Please forgive my indiscretion. It seems this old woman has said too much already. If I have hurt your feelings,
Did we ever see the new images for the old woman?
it's an old woman. It's not look to the right.
I don't mind it. No one's feelings are hurt. Don't worry, Kumasawa Bachan. Kumasawa-san seemed to regret speaking at a turn. But I was more concerned about being worried over for something like that, so I stood up and passed it off lightly. After that, I had to sip my drink and headed over to the Maria and Jessica who were gazing at the silhouette of the island. Rather, I saw the island. There. Where is it? Oh, I see it now. Even after 6 years, the island hasn't changed a bit. And it revealed to be Epstein's Island.
You'd be surprised.
Small island silhouette in front of us had gotten pretty close. The island's name is Rokinjima. It's a small island about 10 kilometers around, located in the Izu archipelago. Can I predict who Epstein is? It's
Yeah, which one?
It's this guy.
You think so?
That is Epstein right there.
Okay.
If I've ever,
I can neither confirm nor deny him being Epstein.
What?
Well, I said I can neither confirm nor deny him being Epstein.
Smile. Izu archipelago. Since they call this archipelago the Izu 7, lots of people think that there are only 7 islands, but that's not true. There's actually several more, and Rokinjima is one of the minor islands that don't get counted. Even if that weren't the case, I doubt you'd find many people who knew about this island. Only people connected to the Ishu Ryumiya family ever go there. Or like big politicians fly there on jets sometimes. But
yeah, like actors.
You know.
Like, yeah.
In other words, outsiders and tourists never have any reason to care about it. So you'll never find this island's name in a travel brochure. After all, of the Rokinjima is an estate possessed by the Ushiramiya head family. Only Ushiramiya family lives there, and only people connected to the Ushiramiya family come and go to and from there. There's nothing there except a harbor and a mansion. The vast majority of the island is still just uncultivated forest. Such a waste when it could be made into a nice golf course or something, or like a big Costco.
Yeah, I mean, look at all that real estate. You could have like a nice parking lot.
Exactly.
Yeah.
However, when you realize that the entire coastline is a private beach, it starts to sound pretty magnificent. I'm sure I'd be guessed by now, but to put it simply, well, the Ushiramiya family are just rolling in dough. The head family apparently possesses a vast fortune. And Dad and the others who make up the branch families have built up plenty of wealth themselves, finding success in their respective businesses. I've been living a commoner's life at my grandparents' home these 6 years, so I completely forgot. But the old bastard's house really is elegant, and everything about it is turned to match the snobbish taste of the annoyingly rich. Come to think of it, I guess that makes George, Anarchy, Jessica, Maria, and me wealthy, high-class gentlemen and ladies. Needless to say, none of us think of ourselves that way at all.
Speak for yourself. I'm a wealthy gentleman.
I don't see myself as being rich, and George Anarchy, who takes self-discipline very seriously, doesn't let himself get too comfortable. Jessica's always complaining that she'd rather move to the city than be rich. And Maria is still a kid who isn't even interested in money at all. All these people are Twitter verified. Does that attitude really make us any less snobbish? There's people, perspective of people in poverty who can't pay the bills. We really have been blessed with a lot. It isn't the place to explain any further, so I won't. Anyway, it's the same.
Anyways, I'll explain further.
Anyway, it's the same as not being able to choose the parents you're born from. I didn't ask to be born to a rich family. Oh, boo-hoo. I don't think it's really something to be envied.
Yeah, dude, all this money, it actually sucks.
Dude, I hate having 5 yachts. It's terrible.
Dude, this private island, it sucks. This island sucks.
Dude, this entire island sucks. We turn it into a golf course or something useful. It can be pretty trying when people are prejudiced against you just because you're rich and refuse to judge you by your merit. As I pondered these sentimental thoughts, Maria started shouting and I leaned over the railing. Ooh, gone! What's wrong, Maria? Did you drop something? Ooh, gone! Ooh. Maria kept yelling, gone. At first it sounded as though she had dropped something. But while she shouted, she also pointed out over the ocean.
Hey, George here. What's wrong? What's gone? I'll look for it too if you want. What is it? Yeah.
If she dropped something, she would probably have looked down at the floor, where Maria was pointing out over the ocean. Lloyd would assume by that gesture that she had spotted something, but she kept saying that something wasn't there. Strange. However, since my last memories of this place came from 6 years ago, I was able to spot it before Anarchy, who comes here every year. Huh? If I remember correctly, wasn't there a torii or something on top of that small crag around here? That's right, it was definitely there. What is a torii?
It's a shrine. It's like one of those gates. You know those red gates
yes,
you see around?
Yes.
Yeah. Or it's just a shrine. I don't know if it's the gate or the shrine. I don't know.
I remember it well.
It's just
we get
red.
Closer to the island, it's the first thing to greet us, like a landmark. Wow. I don't know what that is.
Wow. You're amazing, battler. You're amazing. Even though it's been 6 years, you remembered.
It was here, wasn't it? I remember too. The Tutelary God's shrine and that torii-like thing were standing all along that crag. And now that you mention it, they are gone, aren't they? I'm pretty sure they were still there last year. Gone.
Oh, that might have been George.
Whatever. You want to read it again?
No,
Okay.
not really.
Okay. Gone. Maybe they were washed away by the waves or something. It was a small crag, so it probably got worn away over time. Well, that's my theory, too. It was last summer that it disappeared. How the fuck are you so rich you made it? An entire building goes missing. You're like, must have been the wind.
Who cares? Who knows? This stuff happens all the time on our private island.
We'll just build a new one. But they say
an enormous. They
you can do it.
They say an enormous lightning bolt came crashing down one evening and smashed the shrine. The fishermen whisper that having a thunderbolt fall upon our honored tutelary god must be a portent of approaching misfortune. Kuwabara.
What does that mean?
It's probably some Buddhist prayer or something. I don't know.
Kumasawa-san smiled impish. It's supposed to be impatiently or
Impishly.
yeah, impishly.
Yeah.
As if teasing us, rubbing her hands together while intoning a Japanese phrase meant to ward off lightning. However, Maria apparently took this seriously and stared fixedly over the ocean where the crag housing the shrine god was supposed to be. A portent of misfortune! Ooh. Enough, Kumasawa-san. Maria isn't old enough to get that kind of joke.
It's okay, Maria-chan. Hey, George here. It's just a coincidence. Nothing scary's gonna happen.
George Anarchy put a hand on Maria's shoulder to calm her down, but Maria's sharp eyes expression didn't waver. Misfortune. Misfortune. Maria muttered that word over and over. Apparently repeating a single word over and over is a habit that Maria's had for a long time, because she has Down syndrome. Or maybe is possessed by a demon, one of the two.
This sounds more likely, you know?
However, since the word she was saying was literally an ill omen, it was a bit creepy. Hey now, Maria. If you say it over and over like that, misfortune will really end up happening, you know? If you keep saying that word, kid, I'm gonna throw you over the side of this boat. That'll be misfortunate. I tapped Maria's other shoulder. Maria whipped her head around, stared in my face, and spoke unblinkingly. Ooh! Misfortune is coming! That is the look of someone who is threatened. I want to see the new image version of that. Okay.
Ooh. That is nothing. That's no expression in the new image.
No, this is definitely better.
Yeah.
Huh? And just where is it coming from? I have a fucking gun! I answered lightheartedly, trying to break the tension in the air. At that moment, Rhea held up a finger, raised her arm high, and pointed up to the heavens. There's a demon in the sky, and he's coming for your blood! When I looked up, I saw the sky was still just as cloudy, but it had grown a great deal more lightly.
This is just like Hurricane Heist.
Than it had been that morning. What's Hurricane Heist?
It's like a movie where there's like a bank heist, but it's a hurricane that kills people. And there's like skulls, like cloud skulls that come out of the sky.
I gotta watch that at some point. It sounds good.
Yeah, dude. It was awesome.
That's right. They were saying that a typhoon was approaching.
Wait, that's just like Hurricane Heist, because their hurricane was approaching in the movie.
Dude, that's crazy. We should pause this playthrough right now to watch the entire movie of Hurricane Heist.
Yeah, let's do a commentary track right now.
We had planned to spend one night on the island, but if the storm doesn't pass quickly, I won't be able to make it to school on Monday. Isn't this guy like almost graduated already? I don't know.
He's 17.
17, yeah, that's right. Okay, so he's last senior year. Or maybe he's I don't know. I was 17 when I graduated.
Well, maybe. I don't know. He's still in school. That's what it says.
Well, I guess it makes for a pretty good excuse to be absent. Whew. Sorry, teacher. I was spending the weekend on my family's private island.
I was just on my private island, and the yacht just can't ride in the rain.
She apparently sent some kind of misfortune in this cloud sky. She's been muttering that nonstop for a while now. Girls at Maria's age tend to be very impressionable. She's just about the age that many girls start to get excited about sixth senses and whether they have any psychic potential and stuff. She's a witch! Burn her! For all we know, this might be due to her childish sensitive nature.
Hey, George here. It's okay, Maria-chan. The weather might get worse tonight, but tomorrow it'll clear up and become a pretty blue sky.
Ooh! Pretty blue sky! Ooh!
That's right. By tomorrow, it'll be a pretty blue sky. There's no rain that doesn't end, and no clouds that never clear.
What about that storm that's been on, like, Saturn or Jupiter for, like, 1,000 years?
Well, it's gotta stop someday.
Rain that doesn't end. Clouds that never clear. Ooh. Firstborn child.
Sacrifice.
I know the typhoon's coming, but soon it'll go away. It'll be okay, Maria. Ooh, you ever watched Lost? Ooh. 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 Maria started yelling, ooh. looked as though she was having a tantrum because no one could understand what she was trying to say. I'm trying to warn you, dumb idiots, about the impending doom!
What?
What?
What? Yeah, I tried to do like something there, but it left my brain.
What in the world is Maria trying so desperately to warn us about? Unable to understand her, we couldn't help but feel a vague sense of misfortune. I've heard that everyone can feel the supernatural, but that it weakens as you age. That might mean that Maria, the youngest one of us all, still possessed some kind of sense that the rest of us had lost. I wonder if that sense is sending her a warning. At that moment, Kumasawa-san quietly opened her mouth.
Rumor has it that long ago Rokinjima was.
Kumasawa-san? Let's not talk about that now. Just as Kumasawa-san was about to tell some kind of story, Jessica sharply interrupted her. Jessica's tone was extremely firm for her. I wanted to push her further just out of simple curiosity. Yeah, it turns out this island was actually we got it for a great deal.
It's a Native American Indian
burial ground. Yeah, there's actually about 20,000 corpses from the conquistadors.
Yeah, after all those Indians left the United States, they went to Japan and we buried them all here after we killed them.
But judging by the look on Jessica's face, whatever Kumasawa-chan was likely to say would probably make Maria even more uneasy. If I did try to press her for the story, the odds were pretty good that it wouldn't be anything bright and cheery.
I do apologize about that. The wind here is hard to bear for the elderly, so if you would excuse me for now.
Gossipers have no reason to hang around after they've been told to stop chatting. When Kumasawa-san finally realized that she'd overstepped her bounds, she moved back inside the boat. After she left, Uncle Hideyoshi showed up in her place. Since he'd arrived mid-conversation, he completely failed to notice the complicated atmosphere that hung about the scene, though he refreshingly and immediately swept that atmosphere aside. So in the end, it was his lack of tact that brightened the mood.
Looks like we're almost there. Okay, just a bit more. Took forever at the speed we went today, didn't it? Wonder whose fault that was. Ooh.
Uncle Hideyoshi, give me a break already, ta-ha.
This life changes every time.
Don't stop there. Seriously, thanks to Butler here, it's taken forever. Who? Maria probably thought that everyone was refusing to listen to her. She hung her head, wearing a fretful expression. As she did, George Anarchy crouched down to meet her eyes and spoke to her kindly.
Maria-chan, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because we're all together. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're together. Go ahead and say it.
Boo! There's nothing to be afraid of if we're together.
Yes. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're with each other.
Boo! I don't have like any real evidence, but just the way you're making his voice, I feel like he's gonna kill someone.
What? He would never do that. He's like a normal guy.
I know. He seems like a normal guy, but you're making his voice seem like he's like a fucking psycho.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right, exactly what George Anarchy said. If we stick together, there'll never be anything at all to be afraid of. Right, Jessica? Yeah, no doubt about that. What George and his son says, it's always true, Maria. Who? George Oni-chan, always true.
Yes. Hey, George here. I don't lie. So trust me. There's nothing to be afraid of if we're all together.
Who? George Oni-chan doesn't lie. I trust you. There's nothing to be afraid of. We're all together. Who? Not afraid. For some reason I thought that was the narrator now.
Dude, that was a voice crack.
Yeah. That was the demon insiders doing. Maria jumped into George Anaki's arms and hugged him tightly. After Aniki patted her head, she jumped away again. Her facial expression had undergone a 180-degree change, turning back to normal. She was once again ordinary Maria. Whew. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore because we're together. Whew. I did it again. I don't know why.
The quotes didn't end. It's on the same line.
Yeah, that's it. You look all better now. You're strong, and that's awesome. Woo! I'm awesome.
Hey now, what's going on here? Maria Chan didn't get seasick, did she?
Well, something like that. We'll be arriving soon. The harbor was already drawing near. Yo, look at that graphic.
Yeah. Dude, chapter end.
Did we finally finish chapter 1?
It's the end of episode 1. See?
Let's go.
We're 1/8 of the way through this entire 8-episode thing.
There'll be a lot of vodka in that
No,
task.
I'm just joking. We're not even in the beginning of episode 1.
Really?
We're almost there.
What was that clip?
It's a chapter and a chapter.
The boat gave a big shudder. Seeing we've docked at the harbor, the boat driver came out and jumped to the pier with a mooring rope. Large man in tuxedo was waiting there for us with a warm smile. I didn't recognize his face, but judging by his clothes, I guess he was a servant of the Ishuramiya head household. Okay, we don't... It's not appropriate to call them servants, okay? They don't usually like that.
What's the new word?
I know you think you're a normal guy and not a rich. Don't think yourself as a rich person, but
he's just a normal guy with servants and a private island. And oh my, welcome home, milady.
Okay, that's not bad.
You were so late in returning that I began to worry. Oh my.
Oh, thanks for caring. This moron got so scared we had to slow down. It was seriously annoying. Shut up. Someday when the shoe's on the other foot, you'll remember this, Ugg. At this rate, we'll spread the word to the whole family, and I'll be the big conversation piece during dinner. Even without this, everyone would be talking about me because of that 6-year gap, and now I've given them an even juicier topic. Damn it, why does the Ushuramiya head family have to live on this isolated island? Damn it, why am I gonna live on this rich island with servants and fucking boats and a private beach?
Dude,
and
this
everyone's gonna
sucks.
talk about me because I have a big family that cares about my well-being. In the meantime, the boat had finished its mooring. A small plank was lowered so that we could get down. This is the ship they usually use to ferry people off of cruise ships and back, and they're using it to ferry people around.
It's fine. They don't think they're wealthy. They don't think of themselves as wealthy.
One by one, our parents came up from inside the boat.
Oh my, you must be all quite tired from your long trip. Madam, please allow me to assist you. Oh my. Thank you. Oh, thank you. It's been quite a while, Goda-san. How are you? Oh my, I thank you for your concern. 'Tis always my pleasure to serve. Battle-kun, isn't it just your first time meeting Goda-san? If I'm not mistaken, you weren't working here 6 years ago, right? Oh my, indeed. So please, allow me to greet him for the first time. It is an honor to meet you, Butler-sama.
I'm pretty confident about my height, but you're huge. Wait, this is definitely our first meeting. I think I'm talking.
Yeah, you're talking.
I never forget meeting a big guy like you. It's a pleasure.
Big guy for you.
I'm Battler.
Oh my, I was looking forward to meeting you. I am Goda, your servant, and I've been working for the Ushiomi household family. It's the household family, head family, since the year before last. Oh my. Servant Goda, oh my. Servant hired as a cook. He hasn't served his family long, but through his earlier jobs and previous experience, he has cultivated a talent for entertaining guests. Because of this, he is very highly regarded as a servant.
Is the blue line only servants, and then like the red line the family?
That's an interesting theory.
Because so there's 3 more servants. They have 5 private servants.
Yeah, there's like
okay. Not only do they have
like
5
5
private servants. Those are just the private servants that are important enough to be part of the story. There's probably more that just didn't matter.
There's 13 family members and 5 servants. That seems like a good ratio. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. If there is anything you need, please feel free to rely on me at any time. Oh my. Goda-san, it's been some time. It has been too long, George-sama. Please, allow me to assist you. As usual, you're a pro at welcoming guests. If you ever need a job, just let me know, okay? I'd hire you anytime. I'd love you anytime. You do me too much honor, oh my. Please allow me to assist you, Hideyoshi-sama.
Goda-san then lent a hand to everyone as they disembarked, greeting them as they passed. His speech and mannerisms had the refined polish of a professional. He was very graceful in contrast with his initially tough-looking appearance. His large size made him seem a bit scary at first, but he was much more polite than my first impression led me to believe. He claimed to have served on the island for 2 years, but he had doubtless worked at a similar job somewhere before. After everybody disembarked, the mooring rope was untied and the boat started to steer away from the harbor. It was probably returning to its home port on Jima. The captain waved his hand in farewell. Maria conscientiously waved her hand back. Now that I think about it, that must be why I felt something out of place for a while now. I can't hear the cries of the seagulls. Seagulls? The birds?
That's the name of the novel. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Did you know Umineko meant seagull?
I did not know that Umineko meant seagull.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Really, that's crazy. I did not know that Umineko meant seagull.
You didn't?
Did you know
that's crazy.
Did you know that Umineko meant seagull?
Did you know Umi means sea and Neko means cat? So really? Seagulls are sea cats?
That's crazy. Did you know that Neko means cat and Umi means sea?
Wait, what? In what language?
In Japanese, I think.
Wait, that's the same novel as this. The same language as this novel.
Did you know that coffee spelled backwards is efok? Which is funny.
I thought it was cafe.
No, coffee spelled backwards is efok, which is funny. Because when I don't have my coffee in the morning, I don't give efok.
Oh. Like that. Okay.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, whenever we came to this island in the past, the seagulls always greeted us with their lively nya-nya cries. Because of that,
because they're
I've
cats.
never heard a seagull that ever fucking made that noise.
That's why they're in Japan. They're sea cats. They're just cats.
Whenever I hear the cries of seagulls anywhere else, I get the feeling that I'm coming to a family conference. Except for the small part of the island where those of the Ushirimiya head family live. Rokinjima has been left uncultivated, which apparently makes it a paradise for wild birds. It's Supposedly there was a cliff somewhere that housed a huge seagull colony, so this island was always full of seagulls. Not having those seagulls here to greet us made me feel a bit lonely. You know, birds can tell when there's a big storm before they come. What's wrong?
That's an interesting fact.
Oh, Aunt Rosa. No, it's nothing really. I was just thinking it's a bit lonely without the cries of the seagulls. Why, that's true, now that you mention it. Even though they're always so noisy today, there isn't one to be seen. Ooh, why no seagulls? Maybe it's because the seagulls are having a get-together somewhere too. Maria, did you want to see the seagulls? Ooh, why didn't you see them? Still, it's a bit strange there isn't even a single one around. Maybe Jessica grilled them all and ate them. Ooh. The hell? Don't say disturbing stuff like that. You'll get Maria believing it. Ooh! Jessica Oni-chan grilled him. Jessica Oni-chan grilled him. Ooh. I did not! I did not! Why the hell would I do something like that? That's right, Jessica grilled him. Skin the meatballs, liver and onion. Swimming meatballs. Liver and onion. Ooh. Ah ha ha ha. As I made fun of Jessica, Maria tagged along, looking like she was having fun. Oh, I never guessed she was such a good sport. Alrighty then, from today on I'll make you my #1 follower. As I smiled at her, she beamed, looking overjoyed, possibly because she was happy about his little connection we made with each other.
Hey, George here. That's not it, Maria-chan. I've heard wild birds are attuned to changes in the weather and atmospheric pressure. That's something you, as a 9-year-old, would understand. The weather will probably get worse tonight.
Now, Maria, can you tell me what is the SI unit for atmospheric pressure?
If you get this wrong, there will be dire consequences. The seagulls must have returned for the nests early.
Not grilled. Jessica Oni-chan didn't grill him? No. I wouldn't do something like that. Battler, you admit right now that you lied. Battler, oh, that's you.
Battler-kun. Maria-chan is a naive girl, so she takes even jokes seriously. You should choose your jokes more carefully.
George Anarchy gently scolded me. Even though I outstripped Anarchy in height, Anarchy was Anarchy, of course. There was no choice but to immediately apologize. Sure, my bad. Maria, that was a joke. The seagulls are all taking it easy in their nest today, that's all. Battler lied. George Anarchy told the truth. Had she actually been tricked despite all that fun she was having? Your eyes made me feel guilty. Maybe I went a little overboard with her after all. Nah, she's fucking stupid.
She's 9.
I don't care.
She's like 9 years old.
I don't care. Yeah, that's right.
I hope she's the first to die.
What Anarchy said is true. Weather's bad, so they probably went home for the day. Doesn't mean they're gone. Right, Aunt Rosa? No, I cooked them all. That's right. Tomorrow, when the weather gets better, I'm sure they'll come back so we can hear them cry meow, meow, meow. Like they always do.
Like they always do.
Ooh, I'll wait until the weather gets better and they come back. Gonna wait until tomorrow. Gonna wait until the weather better. Ooh. Maria was in a lighter mood and was looking forward to tomorrow when the seagulls would come back and fill the skies. Still, George Anarchy really was amazing at taking care of kids. How many more kids on this island, George? I think I remember Anarchy taking good care of me as well when I was a brat 6 years ago. Anarchy, that's probably your gift. George Kun is amazing at taking care of young kids. If you wanted to, I bet you'd do a great job in childcare, don't you think? Yeah, just it's almost like George Lee-san was born to do something like that. Personally, I think that'd suit you better than doing business in the company president's office.
Oh no. Childcare is a fine career path, but it's not a job where merely liking children is enough.
You're really modest, George Kuhn, but Bettler Kuhn is quite good with children too. Just a second ago, even though it didn't last long, Maria seemed to be having a lot of fun. Please keep on playing with her like you did just now. Just choose your jokes more carefully, okay? Heh! Aunt Rosa winked at me, giggling a little. She's a real mother. I thought to myself, who's happy to see Maria having fun. Oh, come on now, Rosa. And you brats too. What the hell you be doing? Let's get going. Arrgh, what the hell you be doing, Scurvy? Let's get going. Okay, we're coming. I had one kid in one of my classes, who just everything, no matter what, would talk like a pirate. Professor asked him a question, and he responded with a full pirate voice. It was hilarious.
That's interesting.
It was so fun.
Old Bastard's almost like a pirate name.
Old Bastard?
Yeah.
Old
Can't
Bastard
imagine a
beard.
pirate with that name.
Old Bastard beard. Okay, we're coming. The old bastard is waving us for us to hurry up. Yeah, we need to get moving. We might as well have this conversation after setting our luggage down in our rooms. They didn't have a butler to carry it for.
Now then, everyone allow me to lead you to the guest house where you'll be spending the night. Please, this way.
Kata-san called everyone and led the way. Kumasawa-san brought up the rear. That's some steep stairs for an old lady to climb. Fucking hike.
She's actually like a cyborg. That's how she's able to get up with them.
She got exosuit legs. A serpentine twisting path led through a dim forest. It ran a bit uphill. A bit. Guess the path was made all twisty so the slope wouldn't seem too steep. But personally, I've been happier if they just had the guts to make some stairs in a straight line. No doubt they made the path twist on purpose to put on airs of distance and importance. Before long, we saw a garden-style stone steps. From here on, I do have some memories. Go up these, and on the top of these stone steps, we saw a beautiful guest house. That is bigger than my only house.
That's the guest house.
That is about double the size of my only house. Being generous.
Well, it's for the guests on this island that no one ever goes to except the family.
Its facade was lovely, of course, but more importantly, we couldn't enter its doors without having our hearts stolen away by the splendor of the beautiful rose garden spreading before it.
Ah. It's as beautiful as ever this year. A real delight for the eyes.
After climbing the stone steps, the people greeted by the rose garden gave voice to their impressions one by one.
Is it just me, or are the flowers a little less lively this year?
Oh no, sorry, your personal flower garden isn't up to par.
It's probably because it wasn't that hot this summer. Oh my, I also believe that was a factor. Sadly, this year's blooming is a tad inferior when compared to last year's.
Even so, it was a delightful rose garden. I remembered, it's been about an hour, so I'm gonna save real quick just to make sure we don't lose it.
Even if you lost an hour, that's nothing. Whoa, that's dangerous. You just saved over that. What if you need to go back there? Like you made the wrong choice?
Oh, choices. Sorry, my bad. There's a lot of choices we made.
Yeah, it's a game, you know.
How do I go back? Do I click exit?
Yeah, exit.
I remember that even 6 years ago, huge numbers of roses would greet us every year. This rose garden was the first thing that greeted the people who came to Rokunjima. Even our parents who came every year couldn't help but give voice to their admiration. In fact, it seemed to have undergone a power-up from the garden in my memories of 6 years ago.
This place is always so amazing. It would be wonderful to have a rose garden like this at home.
Give it up. Who do you think would take care of it? I don't know, probably servants? Roses are a real pain with bugs and diseases to worry about. Well, from what I've heard, Carrie-san takes care of her rose every day and makes sure no bugs get anywhere near it, right? Huh? What are you talking about?
That's right. Though in this person's case, the rose goes after the insects like the nasty carnivorous plants.
Was that an innuendo?
I don't know. It's an interesting theory.
Interesting theory. What do you mean? You've read this book 5 times.
Yeah, it's an interesting theory. I can't confirm or deny anything you say.
Oh, so that's what you meant. Come on, Rosa, can't you give that a rest just for today? I've put that sort of thing completely behind me. I wonder. After all, you're a womanizer at an almost genetic level.
No need to worry, Rosa-san.
Is she like a transformer now?
This sucks.
What's this person's name again?
It's Kyrie.
Ushiromi Kyria Prime rolling out.
I think, no need to worry.
Looks like an Attack on Titan character.
No need to worry, Rosa-san. When a rose gives you too much trouble, it's always best to snip it at the root. Oh, such frightened talk this is. Guys who are popular with the ladies are always forced to live dangerously. I sure hope I turn out a bit prettier in my next life.
Hideyoshi-san, like I keep saying, it isn't like that at all. And Kiri, stop it, you're freaking me out. You made my rose wilt.
Hey, Maria-chan, look over here. These roses are especially magnificent.
Magnificent roses. Smells pretty sweet. Look, this suits my elegance perfectly. Hey, cut it out. Maria's gonna... I don't even know how to do a voice for this person. I keep changing it every time.
I like the voice you do before you go like full high pitch, like the level just below that.
I try to stay there, but I can't. It's like a transition-y voice where I like always say it.
You gotta train. You gotta train. You got this.
I got this. Okay. Hey, cut it out. Maria's gonna imitate you and get hurt by the thorns.
You almost hit a Morty.
I almost had a what?
You almost hit a Morty, you know, from that one hit show.
She yelled at me as I leave the rose. I'm Pickle.
When are we gonna get that guy to voice the entire novel?
What?
You should do every character. Let's hire him. I heard he's free nowadays.
She yelled at me as I leaned to smell the roses scent with an exaggerated gesture. Thought she was overreacting, but when I turned around I saw Maria imitating my every gesture and George Anarchy smiling broadly at us.
Hey now, Maria-chan, be careful. Rose thorns can hurt.
George Anarchy-chan, only this rose is strange. Strange? What's wrong? Maria pointed at a single rose. It was covered in blood and organs and a sign that said, "Beware."
There's an entire stomach excised from a human body.
I immediately understood why she found it odd. In the midst of all these magnificent roses, one single rose was just starting to wilt. There wasn't any particular reason. Some roses flourish and others wilt. That's all there was to it, but Maria seemed very concerned about the only unhealthy one in the group. It must have made her feel lonely.
So, you feel sad for this rose because it's the only one that isn't healthy?
The others all healthy, but this one's sad. Well, they all bloom and wither at their own pace. I bet this one's just starting to wilt early because it got to bloom before any of the others.
You stay there. Stay right there.
Yeah, that's right. It probably just bloomed like crazy, fulfilled its duty, and went to sleep. You shouldn't get so worked up about it. Oh, is that what happened to my goldfish? It went to sleep. It seemed that Maria's pure sensitive nature was making her feel some emotional pain for the rose.
Dude, what's going on with Battler's inner monologue?
What?
What's going on with Battler's inner monologue?
What's going on with who? Oh!
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Dude, Maria's just started speaking in full sentences all of a sudden.
Don't worry about it. Even though she understood the logic of it, it still felt lonely to her.
Then, Maria-chan, why don't you look after this rose until we leave?
George Anarchy straightened up and felt around in his pocket. He then took out the wrapper from the candy he had been sucking on the plane. He twisted it into a thin string, gently tied it to the rose of a sort of marker. So, the creepy little girl that keeps saying, like, danger, danger, misfortune, misfortune over and over again. You're picking her a rose from the rose garden to cheer her up, and you choose the one that's dead and wilting.
Yeah, because that's the one she's like empathizing with.
You ever seen Beetlejuice?
No, I'm aware of it.
You ever seen any Tim Burton movie ever?
Yeah.
This is some Tim Burton type shit.
Yeah, I've watched what's that one he had?
Coraline. Did he make Coraline?
Oh yeah, that one.
It looked like he made Coraline.
Let's just say he did.
Okay.
Thank you, Tim Burton. That was a great film.
The Edward Scissorhands movie.
Yeah, I watched that one.
You watched that
he had
one.
the scissors for hands.
I haven't seen that movie. I'm not gonna lie.
No. This guy, he has scissors for hands, so he can't touch anything.
I think that is true. That is true. I heard that.
Yeah.
The second Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Batman. That was him?
Yeah, that was him.
Dude, this guy sucks. Coraline sucks.
No, dude, the second Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was amazing. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I like the scene.
I like the scene where the fat kid gets sucked up the tube because he ate all the chocolate.
That happens in the first one.
Yeah, but in that one it's funny because they have the funny song that plays about how fat he is.
No, the first one also calls him fat in a song.
Yeah, no, but that song's better.
Yeah, but in the first one, the water's all like, the chocolate's all like water because it's just like dyed brown water.
Yeah, in the second one there's also
and like all the Oompa Loompas in the first one are Turkish, so it's a better film.
I don't know what the Oompa Loompas are in the second one, but they look funny, and I like to make fun of them.
They're like CGI creatures.
No, they're people. At least one
No, it's
person.
like one dude, like CGI'd.
Yeah, but that dude looks funny.
No, but like the other ones are like weird, like decrepit Turkish Oompa Loompas.
Original Charlie's, like the original Willy Wonka is also good, but I like the Tim Burton version better.
You like it more?
I do like it more.
Look, I've got a lot of friends in Turkey, and they really need you to endorse the first Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie and the fine actors who portray the Oompa Loompas. So.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I grew up with the other one, and I like the other one better.
You gotta understand, they've got a lot on the line. They need it to be the best.
They do need it to be the best?
They've got a lot on our bottom line, if you catch what I mean.
Oh, are they paying you to say it's the best movie? Are you being bribed by the
ridiculous.
Turkish Oompa Loompas?
That's I don't know what you're trying to say. That's ridiculous, but look.
Aren't Turkish Oompa Loompas just Armenian?
No, I think if they're that short, they wouldn't be able to run away in time.
Oh, they didn't. That's kind of the problem.
All those genes they're gone from Armenia.
Hey, that's pretty cute.
Let's mark it with this. Later on, you can come and give it some water.
I don't think water's gonna help it.
Can I watch you water it? I'm sure Mr. Rose will be happy.
Come to give it water.
I think you should give Mr. Rose here a name. I'm sure that'll make it happy. and you'll get to know it a little better.
A name? Despair. A name. Though she still wore her usual sullen face, Maria crossed her arms and began to consider this intently. At the very least, she appeared to have been completely pulled out of her slump. Nice going, Yankee. I gotta remember the voice I did again. Georgie's Nissan has always... That's not it. It's always been...
You got this. Channel it.
George Nissan has always been really understanding. Can't help but respect him. Yeah. I guess he was just born that way. We've got to start picking up tips.
Was this garden him? Let me see. Was this guy? Was this guy? Garden's a hard word.
Garden.
Garden. Was this garden just as magnificent when you were all kids? It was only after I stopped living here that it grew so big. Before that, the garden was simpler, though I'm still attached to that one. Nissan filled it with too much, with that vaguely bad taste of his. I liked it much better before. Ava, you've got to think positive. Setting aside how much it used to look, its beauty now is something to be admired. You'll be able to relax a lot better if you look at it that way. I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying that I wanted you to see this garden the way it was before, too. Oh my, everyone, if you please. I shall guide you to your rooms now. Oh my.
Cody's-san called everyone to ask if we were ready. But our hearts had been completely stolen away by the rose garden that none of us had seen for years, so we didn't pay much attention to him. Yeah, fuck that guy. Why do I listen to him?
Yeah, this guy sucks. Oh my, how rude.
Since we weren't a travel group, it wasn't like we had a strict schedule to follow. Yeah, we're rich. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
Besides, this is our garden. You're our servant. You water this.
Besides, since our parents were visiting their old home full of nostalgia, it wasn't like they had to let themselves be urged on by anyone or anything. Understanding the situation, Grinoldy continued, smiling widely until our parents got tired of the roses and told him to guide us to our rooms.
Oh. Hey. If it ain't Cannon Coon. It's been so long. How are you doing?
Uncle Hideyoshi suddenly shouted.
He's got like an arm thing going on there.
Who's voicing this?
I'll try. Oh no! Oh yeah, but it's Battler. That's his narration.
Oh,
The
direction he was waving was a slender boy. Meeting him right after a huge man like Goda probably emphasized his small stature. The boy was in the middle of transporting piled up gardening tools and the like in a wheelbarrow. When he realized he was being called to stop, he set down the wheelbarrow, took his hat off, and bowed his head.
Good afternoon.
I figured he was probably younger than me, and I realized by the general atmosphere surrounding him that he was another servant. They have children? I guess this is Epstein Island, so that makes sense. He greeted us in response to Uncle Hideyoshi's call, but he seemed like he might be pretty unsociable most of the time. It was a greeting that lacked feeling. When Goda-san noticed that her interest had shifted towards him, he went to the boy's side and introduced him to us.
Battler-sama, allow me to introduce you. This is one of the servants of the Shinomiya head household. Kanan-san, greet our guest. I'm pleased to meet you. I am the servant, Kanan. Servant Kanan, a young servant. He performs his duties silently and diligently, but is not so highly regarded as a servant due to his unsociable nature. There are multiple other servants with the On character in their pseudonyms. He and Shannon just happen to be the ones on duty that day.
Yet my first impression wasn't wrong. He seemed to be unsociable, at least not so good at talking. Compared to Goda-san, who was extraordinarily polished as a servant, I couldn't help but feel an inexperience typical of his age. So hard to find good help these days.
I know, like we hire all these 15-year-old kids and they just can't do all this gardening work. It sucks.
When Goda-san urged him in a whisper to give him a bit more of an introduction, the boy named Kanan only cast his eyes downwards.
I mean, come on, do we have to like pay like a full wage to like these like adults? I mean,
we should pay
Kanan, oh my, Kanan-san.
We're paying this kid?
Could you perhaps give them a little more of a greeting?
I thought we just like bought him.
We're feeding him.
Okay.
No. Because we are furniture.
He didn't seem to be refusing to greet us out of spite. Rather, he seemed to have fallen silent because he didn't know what else to say to us in his greeting. What does this mean?
They're furniture, you know?
He's furniture?
Yeah.
Is he a slave? Does he not want to be there?
He's just like a servant, you know?
Yeah. But when we say servant,
Your normal,
is
like,
this an
boy
employed
servant?
person?
Rich person, private island?
Is he being enslaved? Is he here against his will? Because this kind of sounds like he's here against his will.
They're businessmen, you know? They wouldn't do something like illegal.
I know for a fact this guy would definitely do something illegal. I don't know about...
Well, he's not the one managing the island,
And
is he?
this person has a certain armband.
Well...
They're probably fine.
I'm sure.
He didn't seem to be physically greet us out of spite. Rather, he seemed to have fallen silent because he didn't know what else to say to us in our greeting. Well, Kanan-kun shy and doesn't tend to talk much. He might not be that sociable, but deep down he's a really good person. Don't get him wrong. You've been working here for 3 years, haven't you? Pretty sure you started a year before Goda-san, right? Even though he wasn't exactly giving a terrible first impression, Jessica hurriedly backed him up. I see apparently his unsociable nature caused him to trouble a lot. Okay then, nice to meet you. I'm Battler. I'm 18. He's 18 now.
Oh, he's 18. Never mind.
He's 18. How old are
Yeah,
you?
he had a birthday on the ship.
He fell silent as though wondering whether or not it was a question he'd have to answer. But here again, Jessica plowed ahead. If I remember correctly, Kanan's 2 years younger than us, so 16, right?
Yes, that is correct.
It looked like he'd preferred not to tell us his age as if given a choice. That was probably because he thought we'd look down on him for it. I remember that when I was around his age, I hated being asked how old I was by adults. I see, 16, huh? That's gotta be a delicate time. Which means I probably asked something I shouldn't have. I'm glad you're about our age. Just be cool and call me Battler. I'll call you Kanan.
Thank you very much. But the sentiment alone is sufficient, Battler-sama.
Jessica looked panicky for some reason. Seemed to think my impression of Kanan was getting worse because of his refusal. Well, as a girl, Jessica probably couldn't understand the fretful male heart at his age. As his elder, even by just 2 years, I looked it upon myself to be understanding of that. Fucking beat this kid up.
A minute. Everything fell apart.
Huh?
My studio collapsed.
Your studio collapsed?
Yeah.
Oh, your blanket and microphone?
Yeah. Oh my. Canon-san, could you perhaps be a little more courteous? A smiling face is also part of a servant's duty. My apologies. I shall make an effort. Gorik-san, Canon-kun is trying his best, yes?
Looked like he was often warned about being unsociable, and apparently he hadn't improved one bit. Goda-san kept his business smile, but let a small sigh of resignation escape. We should throw him in the dungeon.
Well then, I still have work to do. If you'll excuse me.
It looked like Ken himself was uncomfortable with remaining silent here any longer. After another perfunctory bow, he turned around and started pushing the wheelbarrow again. Yeah, pick that cotton. Just then, the wheelbarrow suddenly wobbled and fell scattering the load. It's fucking stupid. You can't even push the wheelbarrow
This
right.
guy sucks. You should just fire this guy.
I guess the wheelbarrow's single wheel got caught on a pebble and lost its balance.
What do you think you're doing? Now, clean it up quickly.
Goda-san urged him to hurry in a quiet voice, as though hinting that it was shameful for a servant to appear clumsy in front of guests. Canon-kun wordlessly reloaded the wheelbarrow with the fallen objects, as if to say that he understood quite well without being told. He seemed to be fine with the light-looking gardening tools, shovels and such, but he looked like he was having trouble getting his arms around and lifting out some sacks of fertilizer. Are you okay? You're so careless. Here.
Oh my, milady, you will dirty your garments. Please, leave this to us.
With a smooth motion, Ganda-san took the shovel that Jessica had picked up. Behind him, Canon-kun was having trouble with the sacks of fertilizer. I'll dirty your garments. Don't worry, the ones I'm wearing aren't that expensive.
Yeah, look at that custom designer suit and that tie and that under suit.
Is that the Pontiac? Shirt. Is that the Pontiac Firebird logo, but like engraved into his suit?
Well, Maria has it too. Gotta be something.
It's matching, dude. It's like, is it like their family crest or something?
I don't know.
Besides,
I don't know if you'd figure that out.
Besides, I hate guys who just sit there and make the waitress pick up the fork they drop at the restaurant. His dad definitely does that. I lifted up the other bags that had fallen. Of course, they weren't light, but for me it was a piece of cake. Canon-kun looked at me surprised. It was a face someone who never expected to receive the help from a guest.
This is the sound he made. Battle-sama. Don't worry about it. I will take care of everything, so...
Don't you worry. I may not look it, but I've got it where it counts. Since Canon-kun looked like he hadn't yet gone through his growth spurt, he was stuck with a sort of weak body. A fucking pipsqueak.
Yeah.
This kind of weight might have been too much for him. Would have broke his frail little bones.
George here. Hey, George here. It's quite heavy. It's natural that it would be difficult for you. Don't worry about it, Canon-kun.
Okay, my time to shine. This makes up for the boat stuff from before, right? Ah! As if this could make up for freaking out like that. Later, I'll tell you about it too, Canon-kun. Battler was totally hilarious. Gonna fall! Woo! As they did this, I piled all the stuff back into the wheelbarrow.
I beg your forgiveness for letting you witness such unsightliness. Come now. Oh my. Come now. That's quite enough. Please go.
Get out of my sight, you pipsqueak. Letting the guest who were supposed to feel welcome see such a disgraceful thing must have been hideously embarrassing for a servant. Pressed by Goda to hurry up and go, Canon-kun left.
You're too harsh on him, Goda-san. Shouldn't you have helped him instead of being a bully? That was... oh my. That was wrong of me. I deeply implore your forgiveness.
Without even a twitch and a smile, Goda-san apologized elegantly.
Canon-kun has a ton of things he's good at, too. It's just that being young works against him all the time. It's a crying shame.
Well, it's a prickly age. Let's just leave him be. After all, closed-mouthed servants are the best kind. What do you mean by that?
Fellas? Am I right, fellas?
What do you mean by that? What do you...
Anyone else prefer it when their servants never, don't speak back? You know?
Isn't that right, Kumasawa-san?
Rudolph-san, you truly are harsh. There's no servant as silent as me, of course.
You won't fucking shut up. Everyone smiled weirdly at that obvious lie. Even she herself didn't believe that, not in her wildest dreams. Though she must have said it to lighten the mood. Yeah, that's the kind of character Kumasawa Bachan used to be. The once stiff atmosphere had cleared up at once, thanks to her cheerful smile. No one alive talks like this.
Battler does.
He's not alive, he's a fictional character.
What was I doing for this? I'd like to set down our luggage soon. Goda-san, what rooms are we all going to take? Oh my, it shall be the same as the previous year. Allow me to guide you. Please, this way, oh my.
We headed towards a trim, elegantly simple guest house. Elegantly simple, huh?
Elegantly and simple. Yep.
Let's count the bedrooms. It goes off screen, so I can't count all of them, but I see at least 1, 2, 3, 4. It's probably one up there, 5, 6. There's probably one here, 7. I mean, it's 8, 9. And then more stuff over here. There's more square foot in this little one section than there is in most people's houses. This is going to be our temporary quarters for the night. Canon watched over a hedge.
That is third person. That is third person. You're taking my job. Canon watched over a hedge as the guests all entered the guest house. Then he let his eyes fall on those heavy sacks of fertilizer piled up in the wheelbarrow. In his mind, he kept going over his previous mistake. Battler, big and strong, picked up the sacks in front of him. The sacks Canon couldn't lift himself, as if they were feathers. It'd be extremely difficult for an outside observer to guess what emotions that favor had stirred up in Canon. But as far as you could tell by watching him hang his head, there was something that he just couldn't let go of. Muttered words escaped his lips. But those words, he murmured, were so soft that they didn't reach even his own ears. Even I. Canon hung his head, slightly biting his lower lip.
I remember the rose garden, but I don't remember this guest house at all. Was it built recently? Torian Visitor's Retreat was written on a gatepost-like thing, but since everyone called it the guest house, I followed their lead. Brand new Western-style guest house, which stood overlooking the roses, magnificent design, carefully done in harmony with the garden. Correct. Oh, that's you.
Correct. Hey, George here. It was built the year before last. Ever since then, they've had a sleepover here.
This place is more fun than that junky old mansion, you know. I wish my room was over here. Oh yeah, the junky old mansion. Sorry, my bad. That was the most privileged statement ever.
Mansion.
Junky old mansion. Dude, I want a room here too. I want one. I guess you could say, you know, she kind of reminds me of that one girl from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory that's spoiled and wants the squirrels.
It's this Veruca Salt, the famous character from that movie.
You remember the one that wants the squirrels? And, and then she makes her dad go get one, and then she goes down the tube or whatever because she's a bad nut.
A lot of them go down tubes, you know? Yeah, in the first movie, it was really expertly done. They never show the fate of the children.
Yeah.
And it kind of leaves it all to the imagination, like these children.
Well, I don't think she went down tubes in the first movie. I think that was the
No, she did. She fell. The squirrels threw her down a chute that goes down to the incinerator.
So, that happened in the second too.
Yeah.
But there was a song about it in the second.
There's a song about it in the first one.
I don't remember the first one's song. I gotta watch the first one again.
Yeah, you got to.
It's
good.
I guess you could say my own house was upper class, but to me it felt completely ordinary compared to the head family.
It's just like lower middle class. Or no, upper middle class, you know.
Upper middle class. The display of wealth was shocking, as was the fact that they built this kind of awesome guest house for guests who came over only a few times a year.
Oh my, Ava-sama, Hideyoshi-sama. Please, do make use of this room. Rudolph-sama, Kirie-sama, please take this room here. I really do love how beautiful and elegant this place is. Western style architecture truly is wonderful. I can handle Western design for a few days, but any longer than that and you need the good old Japanese look.
Ain't that right? Amen, brother. Good old Japanese look.
Get her done.
The damn Western aesthetics is invading and corrupting my pure Japanese nation.
Japanese people just relax best on tatami mats. Ain't that right, boys?
Amen.
They've been fighting over whether to make a new house. Japanese style or Western style. Mom still holds a grudge. Hey, George here. Mom still holds a grudge about Dad having the construction start with a Japanese layout, and they bicker all the time about it.
I'm really jealous, Georgie-san. Your parents get along well, don't they? Mine are so frosty. Then again, they're always in sync when it comes to my grades. All the rooms seem to be for two people. I was grateful since I wasn't going to be forced to share the same room with the old bastard under the pretext that we're family. Anyway, I figured those two wouldn't be able to enjoy themselves with someone like me around. Yeah, that.
What's with that creepy smile? You're thinking about something dirty, aren't you?
It's freaking Count Dracula now. I want to suck your blood.
Let's do it. That's the new voice.
Something dirty, of course not. Please enjoy your stay. Ow, 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 ow. That hurts, you old bastard. Once again, Dad pulled my ears from behind. Cut the crap. I'm getting a stomach, and I'm not in the mood for this. Stomach ache.
I'm getting a stomach.
I'm getting a stomach. I just stopped at this part. I didn't see that. You're the guest of honor this time around. So play as nice as possible with Dad and Anarchy and the rest. At the very least, be careful of what you say in front of Dad, got it? Because wisecracks don't go too well with him. Jessica-chan, what's the head mood been like lately? Same as last year, I guess. Considering they say he's got 3 months left to live. He's as lively, grumpy, and irritable as ever. Meaning this year, he's in his usual bad mood. And as usual, the only one who's able to look after him is Genji-san.
seems the master will open his heart to no one else. Lately, us small people have not even been granted an audience with him. That was terrible. Ugh.
He shut himself up in his study again and probably doing nothing but that weird black magic of his. What he does for a hobby is his own damn business, but when he starts stinking up the house, it really gets on my nerves. Wish I never come out of that study again.
Hey, you shouldn't talk like that about the elderly. We're all indebted to him since he rebuilt the Ushiromiya family. We should be more grateful.
Well, sorry. After being rebuked by George Haneke, Jessica had no choice but to take back her thoughtless remark. The Ushiromiya family was wealthy beyond belief, but of course that meant all of its members were a bit strange and completely out of touch with the world at large. At the top of the chain, the family head, our grandfather, seemed especially strange and terrifying even for our family. Dad said he was getting a stomachache earlier, and I imagine that reflected the honest feelings of all the adults who were dead. No doubt they were jealous of us grandchildren who could just play around and laugh without a care. In the stories Dad told me, the family head was a violent man who ruled with his fist, beating his children, even his daughters, mercilessly with a wooden sword. Why not use a real one?
He's not evil.
I don't know. He was a violent man.
That's just some good old-fashioned discipline.
He better have been doing it after a good bottle. Wasn't this the guy that was drinking at the beginning of the thing?
Yeah, this very heavy drinker.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He's an alcoholic. He's a violent alcoholic. Got it. If he was so strict and uptight about that, why couldn't he have been a little more conservative with his kids' names? Because of that, even his grandparents have had to suffer. Or his grandkids, I don't know what's up.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway, I can't say I have any trouble believing those terrifying stories about him. I don't remember meeting him very often, but I think I recall him looking extremely grumpy all the time, always making people cower with that sharp gaze of his. I remember that the room's atmosphere got so tense whenever he was around, we couldn't even breathe. What my dad said about me being the guest of honor now carries a little more oomph for me. What they didn't know is he was already dead. 6 years ago, I was in elementary school, but I'm a high schooler now. If I act up, things could get serious. Ooh, scary.
Hey, he does look frightening, but he's not so terrifying that you need to tense up like that. Nothing of what he says is truly unreasonable. No, deep down, we may deserve the beatings after all. He may be clumsy at talking. He's a very logical person.
But George Nissan, you've been the family darling since like forever because of your awesome grades, right? Grandfather treats us completely different. I've even gotten slapped with a wooden sword. My ass!
Well, you're the heiress of the head family, Jessica-chan. Grandfather is giving you special attention.
Well, I don't know about that kind of special attention, dude.
You've got to realize that his strictness reflects his high hopes for you. That he only hurts you because he loves you.
It's like legalism. Or whatever, with the Chinese thing. Maybe you took AP World with Bar.
I don't think that has anything to do with legalism, to be honest.
You know, I mean,
no,
isn't that how you described it? You said the emperor.
No, it's not. It's your service to heaven, an emperor who is the messenger of heaven. It's nothing to do with love. Yeah, it's your duty on earth to serve the emperor.
He treated criminals extremely harshly.
Yeah, execute instantly, execute their families and their extended
but he also
family.
like rewarded good people and stuff, you know.
Well, yeah, it makes sense if you think about it.
It's tough love. Sometimes you gotta execute some people to show them you love them.
Yeah. You know, the Chinese understood this. That's the problem with today's justice system. There's no love.
Oh, come on, seriously. I could just turn the session over to you, George G-san. It's a bit of a heavy burden for me to carry. I think I already said it before, but Jessica's the girl heir to the head family. We're only cousins and branchy families, so she probably feels totally different sort of pressure than we do. Phew. Jessica Oni-chan is that heavy? If I help hold it, will it get lighter? Thanks. It's okay, I'm not gonna push it on you, Maria.
She's gunning for the headship.
Maria wants it all. I'm gonna bear this cross until my grave. Don't worry.
Dun dun dun.
She's gonna die in the next slide.
Yeah, she's dead.
She was grateful for Maria's innocent concern, but Jessica's face still seemed to contain some of the uneasiness she felt towards the future. Maybe we were once in the same boat. I'm just letting you know that our recording is at 1 hour and 40, and I have run out of drink, so it was only a matter of time.
I think the chapter ends soon.
Any high schooler with exams approaching would have trouble hiding their anxiety for the future. Maria, come here. You and I will be in this room.
Battle-kun, I heard you're going to be with me in this room here. Oh, isn't that fun?
Oh. No, there's a surprise. It's bigger than our parents' rooms, dang. Well, I figured we cousins would all want to hang out together. So I told them to get a bigger room ready. Phew. I like it here more too. I'd rather be here than with Mama. Phew. Fuck that bitch. Oh, you like it better here too, Maria? Okay, this room is George's and mine now, but we'll give you a special permission to come in. Better keep it a secret from your mom, okay? Phew. It's a secret. Aunt Rosa was right behind us. Maria still answered, striking the air with her fist clenched tight. After setting down their luggage in the rooms, our parents had gathered again in the corridor. Hey, what are you brats planning to do? Are you cousins just gonna stay here and chat? It seemed they were heading to the mansion to announce their arrival. Normally they would make us follow them and greet everyone together. But if that had been the case, Dad would have just told us to come and that'd be the end of it. He's saying it's okay if we don't come, so what will we do?
Well, it's gonna be lunchtime before long anyway.
My kind of man. What do we have, a nigiri? Sushi?
Better let the kids unwind here. Besides, worst comes to worst, this might be the last chance to play outdoors.
I'll go too. Maria, you house sit for Mama, okay? Behave yourself and wait here. Since Maria was being told to house sit here, we certainly couldn't leave her on her own. Georgianiki noticed this immediately and gave a clear reply for all of us cousins.
Well then, we'll accept your offer and house sit. We've got lots of stories to tell each other after being away for a year. That sounds wonderful. And Battle-kun has 6 years worth of stories to tell, doesn't he?
Yeah. I'll take care of the house like a good boy. Kumasawa-san, I'm gonna stay here too. We'll break rank and leave the rest to the adults, eh?
Perhaps that would be best. I'll report it to Madam. Oh my, then allow me to guide you all to the mansion. This way, please. The other children are one thing, but George is getting to be an adult. Wouldn't it be better if he came with us? If we make him come, then poor George will be the only one out of place. Interacting with his cousins is also important. Okay, see y'all later.
The adults left one after the other. They left in the same formation as their trip from the harbor, with Goda-san leading and Kuma-san taking up the rear. As we gathered in the room assigned to his cousins, George Aniki asked us to excuse him for a second.
That was a good time.
Now's a good time?
Yeah, now's a good time.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our 2-hour-long discussion about Willy Wonka and the Charlie Factory.
I'm going to be starting this discussion next time, because we didn't get the conclusions I was looking for.
Okay, so should I go ahead and stop the recording here then?
Yeah,